There will be 3 rounds today, each round having a 15-minute safe start and a 50-minute play through. As a reminder, because I noticed some of the names in chat, you are free to watch the stream until the round actually begins. Once we get into safe start, please log off, but feel free to place a bet on yourself, because I know some of you from OFCRA and FNF like to do that. But yeah, from here we'll be watching everyone above. Player count, I believe, is about 100 right now. Let me also take voice acting off, just in case anything bad happens. We are, yep, actually at about 110. Excellent.
Allegedly.
Oh my gosh, and that's the sound of everyone jumping into the T4 channel. And here we go, 65-minute round going. Again, 50-minute round with a 15-minute warm-up. But Popmaster, thank you for dropping by. Hope you enjoy today. And let's see what we're forming up with here. So, mission, briefing. This is a mission made by Malin. It's called Jungle Fever. Notes is the local warlords have learned of a U.S. Navy Special Forces, learned of I guess I'm going to say a group of U.S. Navy Special Forces in the area, and they do not appreciate what the West meddling in the Bears, so they're going to wipe them out. Game mode is simply add sector. Defenders are going to be covering 2 sectors. How add sector works now is if you have more units in the AO than the defenders have in the AO, a 90-second timer will automatically start counting down. And in those 90 seconds, the defenders have that time to kill the attackers before they lose the sector. Previously, it was if the defenders have even a single person in the AO that's not dead or unconscious, they will hold the sector, and once all of them have been cleared out, then the sector can be taken. So good to know. Otherwise, 125 defender build points, which is the standard number. Max view distance is a little under 1 kilometer at 900 meters. No magnified optics nor NVG equipment. Medium anti-tank settings, BLUFOR is going to have 2 AT rounds, Green 4 is going to have 2 AT rounds and an HE round, which will be quite useful. Otherwise, BLUFOR's starting gear for the uniform are the modern American Navy AOR camouflage kits. To break these down, you got your platoon lead, your platoon sergeant, basically your head honcho, and then his 2 IC, squad leaders, team leaders, auto rifleman assistants, grenadier IR that have the Hunt IR rounds, which are little 40mm cameras that you fire into the air, parachute down, give you a nice bird's eye view of the AO. Machine gunner assistant, combat engineers, which have a choice of the following 4 pieces of ordnance, 2 explosive satchels, 4 explosive charges, 3 AT mines, or 2 tripwire HE mines, and 2 tripwire flare mines. 4 mines total there. Light anti-tank, medium anti-tank, 1 an assistant, medium anti-tank, 2 an assistant. The reason it's 1 and 2 is because some mission makers will replace number 2 with either a dedicated missile system like a Javelin or a Metis, or give them AA like a Stinger or an Igla. Otherwise, RI, RIS, and SMP don't matter anymore because there's no X-ray. They were part of a recon group that FNF has had scrubbed out for about 2 months now. But you have squad DMRs, which in this case it appears to be some sort of Mark 11 SR-25 for BLUFOR. And they have a magnified optic as well. You have one of these guys in Alpha and one of these guys in Charlie. Otherwise, your crew lead, crewmen, pilots, medics, and your base kits. Loadout for these guys is going to be Mark 18 Mod 1s with the choice of different stock. Glock 17s is their secondary. Light machine gunner, also known as the auto rifleman, is going to get the M249. Medium machine gunner, also generally known as the machine gunner, going to get the M240 Golf. Light anti-tank is going to be the M136, and crew and aviation get a choice of the MP7 submachine gun or another Mark 18 Mod 1. Their assets include a 1117, which is what my designation for it is. Really powerful asset. I would argue the best asset in FNF in terms of playability, because it has the speed to be able to quickly rush enemy objectives, or if it's used on defense, to counterattack enemy convoys coming in. The one caveat with it, though, is it doesn't have its Mark 19. FNF is a firm believer of no grenade machine guns or autocannons, so it's been replaced instead with a 7.62x51 NATO, basically a 240 Bravo coax. What I like to call it, at least, which are, these things, essentially. But they also have a sit-down M2 turret, 2 standing 240s with E-clans, though, which means they have magnified optics, and those make all of the difference, because you go from just suppressing your enemy to then actively trying to kill them with a weapon that's perfectly rested. So you can snipe people with this with no weapon sway, and it's very, very useful, especially when it's chambered in 7.62x51. Big bullet. Not the biggest, like a 50 cal, but this one you can still easily get 2 shots to the chest and kill someone. Otherwise, you have a standing M2 static with no scope, and then a Ghost Hawk, which I'm pretty sure is just a that's just for show, because I didn't see that in their roster. I'm going to go check the other AO. Might be usable, might not be. I honestly couldn't tell you, but the miniguns are out of ammo, so it could just be a showpiece. I don't see anyone under pilots, which would be an H. Instead of a G, G is a dedicated vehicle crew, so we'll go with that. But anyway, let's go ahead and look at our BLUFOR roster so you guys can start placing those bets. Newton is going to be commanding. I have not seen Newton command in a long time, so we'll see how he does. Alpha is going to be led by Khalil. Alpha 1 team is going to be led by Heartseer with Renly, Buffat, Nicholas, and Nicholas, excuse me, Blast and Raposo. And looks like there's going to be no Alpha 2. So Bravo is, oh my god, they didn't. I'll explain in a second. Nemesis has Scandia Recon with, Bravo has Scandia Recon with Nemesis leading, Whiplash has the squad medic, Yanni leading Bravo 1 with Iander with AT, that's important to note, Flying Finn, Pert, Nimia, Malin, and Fred with him, Nafs leading Bravo 2 with Cullis, Azariah, Morgan, Oddball, Casual, and Dobbs together. Depso, some guys from OFCRA. Leading Charlie HQ with Timek as his medic, Valitarian leading Charlie 2 with Huller, Johnny, Vega, Lucky Rage, Skits, and Kaput. And there's no Charlie 1. Now, this is why I said uh-oh earlier. We have Pepega Pirates also in BLUFOR. With King leading Delta, looks like they've merged Delta 1 with them, so that's Guy Fieri, Legal Action, Artisan, Clown, and Flux. Flux probably leading Delta 1. Delta 2 being led by Arma Jesus with KK, Bronson, Bant, and Roster. Bant, I would say the top player in FNF. They're probably going to merge into Delta HQ as well. And then Deska Keeper, Andrej, and James Kropa taking the 117. Now, here's the deal. Here's why I said uh-oh. Two best communities in FNF are Pepega Pirates and Scandia Recon. Recently, every time they've been together, they have not lost, and they usually just completely annihilate the competition. So take with that information what you will, but let's see who's reading Green for. Oh, shit. Okay. Second thing I have to say. There is a thing going about Green 4 right now where some people don't like Pierce because Pierce has an interesting strategy when he ground commands, all right? Don't shit talk him, please. Please, all right? He's trying his best. He is an excellent squad leader, but I will admit some of his ground commanding can be a little strange, all right? But once in a blue moon, we see him hit accurately even against Scandia Recon and Pepega, all right? I'm just saying. Just saying, all right? Fonz is going to be his 2IC. Wise, the platoon medic. Shy has merged all of Alpha together. He's got Vagrant, Olaf, Nordic Prophet, Seismo. Good to see Nordic, by the way. He's a good fan, and I brought him to FNF, and he's loved it ever since. Grav, Kabubi, Steve, Mutant, and Tiski. By the way, if you want to join in FNF, feel free to do !FNF, and you can make it to round 2 and 3 tonight. Ash is leading Bravo HQ with Swola Gazog, Tackleberry, and Waldo under him. NASA leading another group of OFCRA guys. These guys are good players. With Block Mr. Day, Vexen, really good player. Actually, hell, all of these names are really good. Not gonna lie. Vexen, Roy DeCamper, Ezio, Pogo _ Ivno, Viva, and Andriri. Ezio is also on the multi-twitch, by the way. Norris leading Charlie HQ. Charlie 1 has Nelson leading Iqbal, Gordon, Bates, and Nielsen. Solopol leading Charlie 2 with Pingus, Albersi, Snaferno, Pirto Sky, Gurgons, and MFL. I butcher these names, guys. Big Phil leading Delta HQ with Herman, XD, the Aim at the Balls, Crazy, Stindox, Solomons, Gogu, and Dingo, who is the main guy, head honcho, I'd like to say, for the EU branch. You got Arcor and Wheaton in a vehicle crew, Twins and Roofy in a vehicle crew, and then Hotel is going to be the UH-1H with Sam, Reapers, and Lolo. But let's go over Green 4's assets real quick because I skipped over that. They're going to be rocking the Modern African Militia camouflage kits. I'm going to look down. I believe they have an SVD or an M76 for their DMR. That's going to be an SVD. Okay. Loadouts are either AKSs or AKMs, PM handguns, RPKs for the light machine gunners, PKPs for the medium machine gunners, light anti-tank is going to be the RPG-26, crew and aviation get a choice of the PV-2000 or an AKS. Nothing on crew serve weapons, but they get a BTR-60, a BRDM, which is just a faster BTR-60, an armed UH-1H, which is going to have 1,000 rounds of 7.62x5.1 for each gun across 5 different 200-round boxes, 4 ZIL transports, and 7 Land Rover transports. All right. All right. Now, points-wise, we have 114k on BLUFOR and 36k on Green 4. I believe in Green 4, guys.
have some fire positions like this, and I imagine this. Yeah. Any questions from anyone? Anything they don't understand? Anything?
This is the day one adventure crew driving into the Goblin Tunnel scenario. Turvy.
Vehicles do we have for other transit?
Don't bring Goblin Slayer into this, Turvy. God damn it. Alright. Well, here's the deal. So we got two sectors. One is BLUFOR spawn point, this little ridge area. Nothing's been changed on it. It's a really nice defensive position. The one weakness, though, is that it's a very big area and it's easy to flank it. However, if you can get full 360 on this AO, you're going to lock it down really easily. It's a bitch to assault. Second AO is going to be this castle area, which similarly is a bit of a bitch to hit, but it's hard to climb up here. You can use enhanced movement to get up here, which looks like we're seeing Scandia Recon do. And again, just a lot of open areas around it, really easy to lock down. But if BLUFOR divides their forces among both AOs, they're going to have a tough time fully securing them. Sector 2 is easier because it's more of a box shape. Sector 1, more of an elongated oval. So it will be tough. If I believe in Green 4, put all your points down. Broadcasters don't get points to their own channel, unfortunately. Looking at bets, I suppose Pierce is leading Green 4. God damn it, Kay. Is it really that obvious? You guys. Ah. God damn it, guys. You know, I hope Pierce wins this one just so we can turn it around, okay? Now, yes, he's fighting Papega and Scandy, and I know all of you bet because of... Well, not all of you bet because Pierce is leading one side. It's because Papega and Scandy are on the other, and that's the more logical choice to bet on because it's two of the best communities in the game, okay? If Pierce wins, people go bankrupt. I hope Pierce wins then, just to screw with you all. Darius Cater, my bad. Thanks for the resub. Well, there I goes. I appreciate it, my man. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. And Bretchit is right. Pierce did win a round last week, so some of you might be screwed here. All right? Pierce did win a round last week, so you can't keep hating on him. All right? It's almost 200k to 75k. I hope a lot of you lose on BLUFOR. Oh my god. I have only 1.9k because of bad bets. Well, that total guy, don't worry about it. We have a lot of streaming to do today. We've got this. We have a Sisters of Battle Warhammer 40k up at 8. And then in between and after, we're going to be playing some DayZ. And we're also going to be doing some prep work for a quick pay for pain tomorrow at 11 a.m. by making some custom compositions. Tomorrow... we'll be having that pay for pain I just mentioned. We'll also be finally having that Resident Evil op around 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then Sunday, we will be having the SOG Prairie Fire special event where we'll see names like 10 Idaho, who we see every Sunday, the veteran from Nam. We'll be seeing hopefully Egg Beast show up and some other members of the SOG crew, both devs and do not glitch yourself into objects. If you do so by accident, contact staff and we can TP you out. Okay, cool. We'll be seeing people like Nemesis Barbarian. We'll also be seeing some big names over there, such as Drewski, Digby, Digital Vagrant. I'm not sure if Raptor's name is J Raptor. I saw that on the roster too, but that could be a different person. But regardless, a lot of people in that operation might do something else that day, but I'm also trying to prep some time to play some Fallout New Vegas and start that stream. So we'll see how all that goes. Currently running the final test on the AZ server. Awesome, Ghost Wolf. Let me know when it's up, and we will add that to the repertoire. Otherwise, round is beginning in 2 minutes. Green 4 is getting situated. They're going to have a UH team. They've already got some dudes loaded in some cars. We've got some trucks loaded. Otherwise, the BRDM and the BTR-60 are going to be crewed by only the crew, no infantry. Apparently, Charlie 2 is being led by a first-time FNF member in SL who is drunk. Which Charlie? Definitely not Norris. Oh, Charlie 2. Solopole? I mean, who's the Charlie 2 on the other side? Valitarian. I thought I've seen Valitarian lead. So, Bax, is that BLUFOR or Green 4? Excuse me. For Green 4? Alright, well, The odds are certainly stacked in Pierce's, against Pierce, excuse me. So we'll see how Pierce does. I'm rooting for Pierce, all right? 266,000 points against 128,000. I'm rooting for Pierce. I am rooting for this man. Yeah, I was about to say, Val is definitely not new. I've seen him team lead multiple times. Send in Go Team 6 now.
Why is the 40k so late? The only name that matters is Liru. Lcpl hard, Lcpl hot, keep up the good stuff. Lcpl heart, praying for some Lcpl bad frag today.
We're gonna see plenty of grenade kills today. It's FNF, baby, you know it. I love the grenade plays because that's the one solace we have against a single individual trying to kill a group. I love the grenades in FNF. But Marty, the reason we're doing 40k at 8 p.m. these days is that's just simply the only time I can do it, in all honesty. And then I'm not sure if I'll be able to make the Saturday up where I'll play on the ground because they're starting it at 5 o'clock, and I've got something to Zeus for another group at 6. So that's a shame there, but regardless, I am doing my best. I'm trying to work with the Vix to play all the ops on the ground that I can, but schedule conflicts are schedule conflicts. Nonetheless, Marty, thanks for the 23-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operation, and I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a nice kick out of the scenario. Pay for Pain is going to be hosted in TSB, and, you know, there's something that I think Wolves said. It was either Wolves or Modadicts, or it might have been Larry. One of the three said a few weeks ago how Pay for Pains used to be something like once a year, and now we do them like every few months. I'm probably going to start pulling them back and doing them only once every few months again to like 3 to 6 months, I'd say. Just to keep it going like that, because he's right. And they're supposed to be more specialized events. So I might work on that instead. And then just focus on either DayZ or stuff like, you know, the Fallout New Vegas stuff if I need to ramp up revenue. But the only reason I do things like Pay for Pain is because I have stuff to pay for. In this case, this one is to help pay for Bloodwing's Masters. I got to run something else soon because she wants to do the windows. That was a nice right turn right there. And then I got to raise a bit of money for myself to restart my damn stock portfolio. Because, you know, living month to month with how inflation's going is making things a little tougher. And, of course, YouTube throttling my ass and Twitch being Twitch. Money usually gets a little tight, but that's why we do those special events to make up for it. Some DayZ Pay for Pain again. I'd have to find a server dev to allow for that. I'd love to do a DayZ Pay for Pain again, but I don't have a server anymore because Frost decided he wanted to go back to school, which is perfectly fine. I would just have to ask a dev somewhere. Maybe like House of Trash would let me take one, but, you know. We'll have to see. But that is in the back of my head right now because I'm busy with all these other things, you know? But if the opportunity presents itself, I will totally take it up again. Well, go slow. First, we got to get your server on the map, buddy, so when it's finished, let me know and we can start advertising it. I'd love to get everyone on that server, man. Absolutely. All right, so Green 4 has been coming up the right side here. UH-60 has gone around. What are you doing? Okay, I thought he was landing on this island to deploy that squad. I was like, what the hell? But no, they're just waiting and wait until they probably get the go-ahead to send things in. But like I said, there's a lot of stuff we're going to be getting by. Also, YouTube-wise, I'm just going to be releasing a lot of random stuff. YouTube is going to throttle me either way, so I might as well just make random shit. Like a video that came out 2 hours ago, which is just a freaking me screwing around with a Titan AT launcher to Payday Tucson. And I was just trying to find like the best clips from yesterday's TM op to just screw around with. So, you know, little silly things like that just to show off the game. So why not? But I'll probably ramp up to releasing 2 or 3 videos a day because I want to keep up with the Zeus content. And then, you know, DayZ I'll release when I release, and everything else I'll release when I release. I'm just working on massive front logs right now. Other announcement, Tuesday Zeus slot I'm going to drop, so I have more time for other things as well. But yeah, that is pretty much it for me. Stalling for Green 4 to move up in here. We've got Alpha 1 moving out to do, I guess, some preliminary recon. We also have Pepega moving out and Bravo moving out. So BLUFOR is trying to proactively do reconnaissance here to find where Green Force is coming from. And then I guess rally their forces and try to encircle the enemy attack and push forward. That's a really risky thing to do because it risks all your forces going out and getting engaged by larger groups, but it could pay off. We'll just have to see how things go. Final numbers were 300,000 on BLUFOR to 132,000 on GreenFOR. That is quite the pot. We'll see how that goes. You bet all 30 of your points on GreenFOR. Righto, Vaccinator. I appreciate the enthusiasm.
Yeah, if any of the other my team sees that anything, just stop screaming. That was the one here.
Alright. So we do have BLUFOR up here. I think they just saw GreenFOR.
Yo creo que es el mejor donde estábamos antes, ¿eh?
Vamos para allá. Vamos para allá porque igualmente viene el grupo de Renly y Heiser que se van a colocar más a la
Sí, que
izquierda.
se pongan porque nosotros nos quedamos más centrales.
Alright. So I'm going to imagine BLUFOR spotted GreenFOR. Not sure if GreenFOR spotted those BLUFOR dudes, even though they were doing a bit of a skyline. Boom. Trying to have a local listen in here. Also, I'm going to tab out real quick, turn the music down just a touch. We'll see how things go. When is the mission map that Bloodwing helped build with the bunny farm? That's going to be tonight at 8. Yes, there is a surprise in the Warhammer 40k op that Bloodwing helped me make. That's going to be at 8 tonight. Not sure if the player base will run into it, but yeah, it should be interesting. Regardless, BLUFOR has started firing on this group of GreenFOR here. You see the shots going overhead. Looking on the map, BLUFOR still setting up their blocking positions here. We could see these forces try to move around on foot and flank the GreenFOR units coming in, but I'm a little worried about this group here because they don't have a lot in terms of numbers to hold right here, and they could easily be overwhelmed, so we might see them quickly try to pull back in a second. And if they're not quick enough, though, GreenFOR is going to have another force pretty much encircle them, or at least flank them. EST is the time zone, Eastern Standard Time. For reference, it's in about 4.5 hours. Hive Op is still happening this week, Devour. I fucking hate it so much. No offense to you and your work, but gigantic pain in the ass to make it work. And I don't want to talk about it. Alright. So BLUFOR is pulling back, which is the smart thing to do. I don't think they realize just how many GreenFOR guys are here, but it is quite a bit. But I think they spotted the group to the east and the group to the south, and they know better to hold that position. I guess southeast, technically. You got some red smoke being popped as well. And we do see BLUFOR starting to mobilize around, but that's going to be a 2-kilometer movement. You got the BRDM firing into that smoke, and BLUFOR is still opting to pull back here. Again, the smart play. GreenFOR, they still have a chopper crew ready to go, and they are deploying along the rear. They could potentially try to back cap as well. That might be the one Achilles heel that BLUFOR has, is that squad on the rear. They could try to back cap either Sector 1 or Sector 2. With BLUFOR having so many units out here, if that helicopter lands and tries to take Sector 2 on the rear, and then run this main force just overpowers what's here and goes to Sector 1, we could potentially see GreenFOR win this one, which would be a massive upset in the polls. Vexen getting knocked out by the marksman rifle there. That has Blast on it. Blast trying to shoot for NASA. NASA ducks down, realizing he is outgunned. GreenFOR playing this incredibly well by moving up slowly. BTR coming along the MSR. You got this other force right here. AT fire. That was an HE shell, and I think 2 BLUFOR just went down to it. Great shot. 3 BLUFOR went down to it. That was half, a little under half of this team. So they're now down to a 4-man fire team size element. That was a great use of HE there. And Bluck's only credited with 2 kills because the third was probably an ace shrapnel kill, which doesn't get you much. But I do appreciate the GL rounds being fired here.
Orange smoke friendly, blue and red smoke enemy. Southwest of my...
He's calling that a little close to his own guys, so he's got to be careful, but now you got the BTR coming around. So you have Pepega now coming along the left. They're going to probably try to make an additional defensive line here. Scandy, not sure if they're going to try to run around the rear or also follow with Pepega. But you also have the M1117 coming around. UA-60 doing a low pass. Looks like they've deployed their infantry on the northern side. They can come in on Sector 1 or Sector 2. Interesting.
6 now. LCPL hard.
Game Nerds, thanks for a 9-month resub, my man. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Devour, I can't have a Kozus for the zombie mission. It's too framey. I'm sorry. It's just, I want to be done with it, put it on YouTube, and just never talk about it again, all right? Let me explain. So, Devour made this amazing Resident Evil Hive composition for me for an op. We were supposed to run it a month ago. The issue is, for whatever reason, it runs like a piece of shit in the Eden editor on my computer, but Devour's, Falcons, everyone else who's tried it, it's perfectly fine. So in order to make it work, I've had to cut it into multiple pieces, garrison them, and then merge them with each other. And as I merge them, my computer just, you know, eats itself, but it's been like a 7-hour mission file, Dev. And I haven't even had to do anything other than put garrison units down. It pisses me off to no end. So please, please, Devour, drop it. All right, so BLUFOR trying their best to set up another defensive line with 4 people here with all these down trees. Trying to knock Vexen out with the M249. He's treating it as a rifle, which I like to do in PvE, but might not be the best thing for PvP. Blast trying to line up a shot on Vexen, but he is trying to... he's literally just spinning around right here, evading fire. He has gotten hit a few times. About to say, hope that's a smoke grenade. So BTR is now coming up and trying to provide supporting fire here. Its shots are a little to the right, though. BLUFOR might be forced to pull back because their AT guy was taken out. And now you have another advance coming up here. Red smoke pop behind them. Got some Overwatch forces trying to fire on BLUFOR as they pull away. You got this open area. Green 4 can deliver some flanking fire. All right. That is a BRDM firing at him. Looking a little nasty here. Buffat's still in the open taking shots. Dodging fire where he can. He's running sideways to try to evade. Still not realizing where he's taking fire from. Friendly getting heavily suppressed here. Oh, 14.5 millimeter just tore through that tree. Now you got the 117. Trying to provide some assistance here.
Samoża? Jebło przed nami.
AT just landed short. That was an HE shell from the looks of things. And we got, all right, Pepega Pirates have come around. They're now hitting the isolated southern flank of Green 4's advance. We could see an opportunity for BLUFOR's elite troops to sweep south to north here. But it's going to heavily rely on this team holding, but the 117 just had its driver knocked out. But hold on. Looks like the 50 cal managed to flame out and just take out the BRDM. So with that gunner still up in the 117, he can still lay down hate. But BLUFOR still with 4 guys. They're smoking their own vehicle here. This group might go south, take Sector 2, but I'm not sure how much Green 4 is going to be left alive in the meantime.
Enemy drivers flanking you to your north, or I mean southeast.
That's a GL. Way off. Like 100 meters far. This is Papego we're talking about. These are some of the best of the best. And speaking of the best of the best, we got Bayan down here already on 2 kills. Coming around the biggest flank here. I don't know, just with the amount of time this fight is taking, that's buying time for Scandi Recon to reinforce Papega, so even if Papega gets knocked out pretty hard, they're going to be reinforced by more elite troops. You got a buildup of Green 4 right here, but they're not on position to actually get online and engage. This is allowing BLUFOR maneuvering room to get on the southern flank of this battle line. They're going to overwhelm it and then just start basically doing flank attack upon flank attack on this area. Meanwhile, this 1117 is holding that northern side. Now, if Green 4 could just break out to the north and head to Sector 1 and this squad goes down to Sector 2, they could take everything. They could be fine. Bates with a great SVD pickoff on Guy Fieri. That sounded like the 1117 getting cooked.
Are you winning with your schizo op? That is bots fighting bots.
Thank you, Frisk. I appreciate it. I like to name all my bots really awesome things right here, because this is totally AI versus AI. God, I wish. Then I could do this every day. I felt like it instead of a designated time slot at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Fridays. But anyway, thanks for the 13-month resub, Frisk. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Have I tried Terra Invicta yet? No. Alright, so now you got Green 4 actually folding their forces a little to the south right there. Green 4 trying to set up to hit these small, that small group there as the other half of their force for BLUFOR keeps pushing around. They've kind of hit a standstill here. Bayant finally caught out in the river. Taken out. This is more of a lake, actually. Never mind. Well, that is kind of a river, and that's the end of the river, but I digress. But here comes Scandi to come around. I don't know if they're going to follow Papega or if they're going to go north and try to cut off that force instead, but either way, I think Green 4 is out of time here because they've just situated themselves in this position. Now the question is, can they outlast Papega and Scandi? Because if they can, they've only got a minor garrison to fight at Sector 1, which, you know, Sector 2's force can then go up and evenly trade with, but if BLUFOR wins this fight and pulls back with a few elite troops, then I think they're screwed. Here comes the King. And there's the King's double kill with his 240 Gulf. Does he get the triple? Knocks Twins out. Doesn't get the execution. Kakir takes it, but that was pretty much a triple. Private Snafferino. Does anyone remember where Private Snafferino was? I can't go looking right now. Is he on Green 4 or BLUFOR? Well, he's over here on his own. He ain't dead yet, but he's playing with Papega. At a PKP with Pingus push up. Getting a nice double kill. Have to double tap Kane, otherwise he'll be brought back. Kane's back up. Pingus, does he notice? He does not. Might notice now. There's the execution. Kakir trying to return fire, gets the kill on Pingus. MFL trying to come around. There's Sector 2 being captured. MFL taken out. That was the chopper, I think, dropping a dude there. The prompt was being captured. All right. So if one guy can capture it, that means no one's in that sector. So I'd love to see this squad immediately turn and try to go into Sector 1. Unless Sam is trying to land, which I doubt it. You see that bar filling right there.
Let's get more warmed up.
Nelson taking MG fire by Kakir. GL fired up in this direction. But look at the numbers Green 4 has in this fight. I mean, look at the skull count here. Compared to Blue 4, it's significantly more. There's the sector captured. We've got 3 guys right here. We got some trying to push forward. BTR trying to engage into Scandia Recon as they come in. And Blue 4, I mean, they've actually taken out all of this force over here. You just have Nielsen left alive. But everyone else was taken out by that Pepega element. They've still got a few guys left. They're down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which a little more than the other, but they've almost evenly traded out. Now you got Scandia Recon online here. I'd say Green 4's only chance is this group getting their foot in the door on Sector 1 and this fight continuing for another 10 minutes, which is a lot of time for this fight to be happening. In those 10 minutes, you could see Pepega's Remnant go around and start flanking. Got Cake here coming up to Nelson's position. Nelson didn't even notice. He just surrendered. Dingo doing his best to suppress Scandy here.
88 by the big rock.
Hear them talking in the field.
Hey, Owl, they're pushing.
What's the range to
81 by the log pile, and then 86 by the big rock.
Alright, I'm gonna fucking jail.
Up, running left, right, left, right.
They're calling those forces out. I think that GL landed a little early there. I don't know what that guy was trying to do, but that certainly wasn't the result he wanted, that's for sure. You got a decent defensive line being set right here for the other sector. Honestly, the UH-60 should come back. Pierce should pull a group back to the coast. They should be picked up by the I called it UH-60, sorry, UH-1H. And they should pull back and deploy another squad over here and let this bulk of the fighting continue to play out. Instead, they're going to use the UH-60 as a support element, which is also not the worst call you could make, but it's really hard for those door gunners to accurately get kills in jungle fighting. Blue 4 is a U.S. naval faction. Green 4 meant to be an insurgent faction. Game nerds. Oh, it's another hydrate. Alright. So Green 4 getting pinned here, but they're going to start getting pushed. You have these two Pepega members starting to push that southernmost flank. And they're going to be hitting isolated groups. Artisan finds a grenade, though. Oh, God, I hate sneezing. I hydrated, don't you worry. Oh, and Cake here gets the drop there.
Zeb, just pull back. All right.
Pierce is dead. Oh, he was picked off up here. That's no bueno. His position's getting pushed by Blue 4. These guys going for a massive flank around, which I get, but if Green 4's goal is to hold all these Blue 4 forces here to hope that squad can make it, it's burning too much time. What they also need is the UH-60 to start hitting that position to lighten it up. Like, I get you want to help this fight here, but you want to focus on the final objective, because if you have enough pullback there, you'll see Blue 4 turn around and try to pull back to defend that last AO. But if you're too busy fighting down here, I don't know. Wise trying to push Artisan as he does a quick tack reload. There's a double. Yeah, Modernist. I have a noise gate. I actually have a really awesome audio setup. I'm blanking on his name, too. God damn it. Because I haven't seen him in a hot second, either. So I think that was the BTR finally getting hit. I think they're calling it out here. Yasuhiro, you're right. Yes, Jared, thank you. Yasuhiro. I need to shoot him a message. It's been a hot second. Hope he's okay. Alright, this attack's going to begin in another 1 or 2 minutes, but they're in the low ground. BLUFOR's going to shift defenders and probably fight that off. But, I mean, BLUFOR is starting to get a significant number advantage here. Green4 now thinking of maneuvering around, but it's... Oh, this is just a mess, guys. Honest to God, this is just a bit of a mess. Where's Falcon been? He doesn't really play in FNF and OFCRA anymore. He's been just doing his own stuff. But with everything that happened to him in both events, I don't blame him. Kazag taking some fire as he tries to suppress. Gets hit a few times, gives a few hits. This 4-man team has been here the entire, like, even with that HE round, they're still out here kicking ass. So Green4 is now trying to bypass forces around. That's exactly what they need to do. If they can get this team to go around and hit the sector instead, that is exactly what they need to do. Got the attack beginning here. I hope Alpha has their marksman. Yes, they do. That's exactly what they need to utilize for right here. The question is, can he get the pickoffs here? He is going to be the most valuable member in this Green4 team. If he can get a few good headshots, that's all Green4 needs to get in the zone. With these forces maneuvering around, they could outpace what is Scandy right here. Otherwise, you're going to continue to see these massive flanking attacks. So I appreciate the flank play we're seeing by the OFCRA guys trying to push around right here. We need to see more of that. They need to bypass the firefighting and just go straight to the objective. Yep, Ash getting shot at from the rear. He's knocked out. They turn the 50 cal around. Very risky and exposed up there, but the marksman, he's in a bit of a tough spot. Got the UH-60 still flying above. Again, now is the time for it to be doing its air support. Looks like the gunner of the M2 was taken out. These guys are delivering a flank to these units back here, which, yes, it's a good short gain to have, but it's not going to mean dick for shit in the long run, unfortunately. Oh, my God. That was another HE RPG. Bluck on 5 kills now. Beautiful shot. And Renly doesn't even notice his friends are dead. Well, I guess he'll never know. There you can see, Scandy is cleaning up the rear here. Ash woke back up. So these guys need to bypass and head to Sector 1 before BLUFOR can get their reinforcements in. Ash trying to hold here. Tackleberry gets pushed by Yanni. Kazul gets a push on Ash. Okay, please. You guys need to set up an interdictory barrier right here, and you guys need to head to that AO immediately. Green4 does not have the numbers to take that position anymore. Oh, please, please, push. Objective, go, go, go. Come on. At this point, they need to set up that interdictory force, otherwise BLUFOR is going to be hot on their heels, and when they try to climb that hill, they're going to get shot in the back. They need to have an interdictory force at this point. Picket line, anything. Otherwise, BLUFOR is just going to push everything back to the objective and kill everyone. Hell, they might shoot this force in the back, which is going to force them to play interdictory, but they're going to take casualties. Oh my god, Morgan. Morgan, that was a dead dude. It's okay. Morgan. Candy Lane Cobra, thanks for the 21-month resub, my man. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. All right, this is going to force them to play interdiction. They're caught in the open right here. They need to run the cover. I love how XT just got a hit on Arcane there. All right, good. You guys keep going. We could see an upset here. We have an opportunity to see an upset. We just need to see the Green 4 interdiction force play through here. And yes, I do want Pierce to win this one for Green 4 just so I can rub it in some of you faces because you keep shitting on him, all right? XD gets flanked. There's 3 people left on the interdiction force. Come on. RPG. Sorry. We all know the RPG king is Eander here, and he does not let his roll go easily. Okay. Well, that happened. That's funny. RPG fired back, it was short. And now they're taking return fire. Oddball coming around. Runs out of ammo. Herman doing his best to hold his own position. He gets blue on blued. Herman still looking in that previous direction as Oddball does the merry-go-round on him. Comes back around. Attackers are capturing Sector 1. Hold on. Hold on. Green 4 outnumber Blue 4. It's 90 seconds. And Green 4 can get right back into the AO. Guys. I think Green 4 won. Holy shit, I think Green 4 won. Chopper's coming in. The pilot's been shot out. It's on fire. 2 more Green 4 get out. It's gonna be an upset. 30 seconds. I can't believe it! It's an upset! The interdictory force did it! Oh! This is why you play objective! This is why!